Hello, probably no one, and welcome back to What I Think. So, I messed up first time I was making this video, and I had to delete the one that I made originally. So, here's the new one. And today we're going to be talking about different social media platforms. Now, social media plays a big part in the way that people act today. It can make people have a positive insight on the world and a very negative insight on the world, as we've seen these last couple of months. Now, the main social medias are Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Also, Reddit. Reddit is kind of smaller, but it's one that I use, so I'm going to mention it anyway. Now, there's a lot of things wrong with TikTok. The way that it steals music and hardly pays the original artist. I know someone pointed that out to me, and I know who you are. I know that you think that's true, but it's really hard. They hardly ever get paid for each use. No, they're like paid a small amount when they ask, you know. So, and then on to Instagram. Well, I'm gonna stay on TikTok for a bit. Actually, no, I talked about TikTok enough in my video about TikTok. Go watch that, you know. And now moving on to Instagram. So Instagram is... Wait, did I mention YouTube? Frick, I didn't even mention YouTube. Okay, so I'll talk about YouTube last. So with Instagram, one thing that's wrong with it is the way... Well, really, I don't really know that much wrong with Instagram. I mean, I don't really have any problems. It's one of the ones that I can actually enjoy. Reddit and Instagram are two of my favorites because, I mean, they're basically the same thing. Except Reddit is a little bit less toxic, but still. There's a lot of toxicity in pretty much every single social media platform, so you'll never escape that. Okay, so... I'm not going to give out any of my personal information on any of these sites. I don't even use Twitter or Facebook, so don't even worry about that. But now moving on to... Dang it, what was I going to do? What am I going to hop on next? I'm going to hop on Reddit. So Reddit is awesome. It's one of the least toxic social media platforms. I don't know why. Just everybody there is so chill. Like, I mean, you can have reasonable conversations with some people. There are still some ignorant people on there, but, you know, you can there will always be ignorant people in the world, and once again, you can never escape that. Moving on to Twitter. I don't know much about Twitter. All I know is that it's one of the most toxic ones. Now, there are a bunch of videos that the Black Lives Matter movement takes off of Twitter, and a lot of supporters of BLM that post very well-edited clips of what happened in a certain situation. Now, one thing that I gotta say is fake news is so big these days that you can almost never trust anything. So what I say, do your own research. Don't just read a headline and then go burn buildings down. Don't just read 2-3 sentences of what happened and then go burn buildings down. Get at least 2 sources. I would say 3 would be your best, but 2 sometimes is good enough. And make sure you know all the facts, not any opinions. Well, some opinions, so then you can know what other people think about it, but mostly facts. This is what happened. And even when you have all that, even if it's still really terrible, don't go burn buildings down. Don't do that in general. That's not okay. You're burning buildings down. That's like, how do you even think that's okay? Swear, some people have no home training. But anyway, moving on to Facebook. I don't know much about Facebook. I've at least downloaded Twitter for a bit and see some things about it. But all I know about Facebook is is it's boomers being toxic. There's a neighborhood Facebook that's going floating around my neighborhood, and they're always snitching on people. I'm talking like, anybody hear those fireworks last night? And why are those kids riding dirt bikes in the street? Well, maybe, Karen, it's because the only freaking dirt is in the back, and to get to the back, you gotta go through the street a little bit. What would you prefer, them go through your own backyard? Stupid. Stupid. You know, I'm done hopping on the Karens and the Susans in my neighborhood, but okay. On to Snapchat. Snapchat, they really don't even care. I mean, like, it's one of the most least affecting apps that I have. Like, I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people, they're like, oh my gosh, Snapchat is the best, I need Snapchat. I don't really need Snapchat. I mean, I don't really have that many friends. No one even likes to talk to me. So, yeah. That's just Snapchat for me. I mean, I have it because I don't even know why I have it, actually. Huh. I will think about that. Moving on to YouTube. YouTube's, I said it was going to talk about it last, and it's the one that I forgot to talk about in the original video. So YouTube is awesome. It's like one of the best social media platforms that is out there. Even though it's actually not that liberal. Like, you can find a bunch of liberal stuff, a lot of toxic people, but there's a lot of conservative stuff on here, and that's what I think is good. Because, well, obviously I'm a Trump supporter, so, like, you know, and just a bunch of things that I don't know why so many people like YouTube, but I like YouTube. It's like one of the best. I don't know how they did it, but yeah. It's also what this video is being posted on. And it's also where my channel is. That's also where you should subscribe. So please, do so if you feel like it. And yeah, that's what I think.